Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Sean from DiabeticFighter.com, and today I speak with our very first Diabetic Fighter champion. Okay, guys, so for those of you that don't know, I am a personal trainer, I'm a nutrition coach, I'm a cage fighter, and I'm a type 1 diabetic. I have spent the last year developing a program based on what I've been doing with my personal training clients to help diabetics get in control of their blood sugar, to finally get over and pass the cycle of one step forward and two steps back, to fully take control of their blood sugar and get themselves off medication. This is Claude. Hi, Claude.
Hi.
So Claude is the very first person that I have worked with that is officially now not taking medication for type 2 diabetes. Claude, if you could tell us a little bit about your story as a type 2 diabetic, we can take it from there.
Well, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes 5 years ago and went to the doctor and immediately was put on different medications. I'm sure you're all familiar with metformin and Lipitor, and also cholesterol medications and whatever they give you, and said that this would be basically for the rest of my life. I need to stay on that. I'm a very active person, and so I started to take this medication, started to feel ill. I wasn't myself. I was lethargic. I didn't want to go to the gym anymore. I didn't want to do anything. And
Claude's story is pretty much the same as all of ours. We get diagnosed, we get pushed the medication by the doctors,
Yep.
We're kind of left on our own. We're told what we can't eat, what we can't eat, what we can't eat, what we can't eat. We're never told what we can eat and what we should eat to give ourselves energy and to compensate for the lack of carbohydrates and the lack of sugar, which is essentially what our energy source is when we become diabetic. Energy sources are either carbohydrates, which are sugar, or fats. So they tell us to be low carb, but they don't tell us to replace that with high fats. So most of us that take on a low carb diet end up feeling like trash because we have no energy, we have no motivation to exercise. So our disease progresses and our mental our mental situation is not where it needs to be. We have no motivation. So Claude, that was your struggle. Now, what was it that, when was the point where you decided that you needed a turning point? When did you have enough?
I think that when I just went to the gym one day and I couldn't work out the way I wanted to, and I felt ill. I was always feeling ill. And I said, there's got to be something else that I can do about it, because yes, the numbers were coming down, but they weren't coming down naturally, and I'm more of a natural person. Sean and I chatted together, and he had suggested to me that to get on to, just as he said, the high-fat diet, fiber, get rid of the carbs. But he said, number one thing you need to first do, which my dietitian never said anything to me, get rid of the sugar. Completely purge your body of sugar.
So we did a 5 to 7 day full sugar detox, and this is what we have to do before we can start introducing fat as fuel for our primary fuel source. Because as most of you know, when you start a diet, you get 1 or 2, maybe 3 days if you're lucky into it, and then you succumb to cravings. There's a trigger that happens, there's a stressor in your life, there's something that comes that triggers you to go back to your addiction of sugar, and it's sometimes not even an awareness that you have that addiction. So Claude came to me for a consultation, and we sat down, and Claude is he was the ideal and still is the ideal person for me to work with, because number one, he's already taking some action. Okay, he had an awareness that he didn't want to be on medication, he had the drive to work out, he was taking that initiative to make a change in his life. For me, I can't convince someone that they need to make a change in their life. They have to have that. If you have that, if you are an action taker and you can't get past the cravings and the hitting the reset all the time, but you have the best intentions and you start the week, I'm going to do it this week, but you don't make it to Wednesday. Those are the people that I'm looking to work with. So Claude and I worked together. We did a full sugar detox. It's not the easiest thing to do.
No, trust me. I grew up on sugar. My chocolate was my biggest addiction. Being a German background, it was desserts, pastries, everything else. But I decided, no, I need to do something. I cannot be on medication any longer. And it's worth the sacrifice. Reach out to you and say, should I be feeling like this? Is this natural? And you said, keep pushing, keep going. This is exactly the way you should be feeling. 100% right. It did. I got over those cravings. I got over those feelings, and now there's no cravings anymore for sugar.
Once we got rid of the cravings, we could actually get down to work. There's no exercise that's going to help you unless you get rid of the craving to the addiction. That's why we fail on quote unquote diets and different meal plans. So once we got rid of Claude's sugar addiction, then we could implement clean, complex carbohydrate sources that weren't going to spike his blood sugar, that weren't going to trigger cravings for other simple sugars that would derail him. So once we turn that corner, how is your energy level, Claude?
I've got energy to burn. I never stop. I get up early, at 6 o'clock in the morning, take the dog for a run, come home, have breakfast, go to the gym, come home, and I was retired and I've gone back to work. And I'm working almost full-time hours, which I didn't really, but I had no energy, and I was happy to be retired so I could sit and look out the window and eat brownies and drink coffee with cream and sugar. And now I'm too busy. I have no time to eat junk anymore, and I'm not in the cupboards anymore. I'm doing yard work. I'm doing things that are good for me.
I love it. And I've been visiting with Claude for the last couple of days. His energy level is through the roof, let me tell you. So I love it. Congratulations, Claude.
Thank you.
Big congratulations.
Thank you, Sean.
You're very welcome. I am so happy and so proud. This is a passion project for me, Diabetic Fighter. If there are any of you are ready to make that change, are tired with being sick and tired, want to take action, but you can't get over that hump, please click the link below for a free consultation. There's no obligation to pay me or to work with me. We'll chat for half an hour and see what we can do to change your life. You deserve it. Thank you very much, Claude.
You're welcome, and do it. Honestly, it's well worth it.
Do it. Have a good day.
Thanks.
Bye.